Hello, hello. Hope here again with some host training for you. This is the first time we've had a host role, so some of these things may change. These are just some things for us to start with as we go into this role. So if you're receiving this video, it's because you and I have chatted about you taking on this host role for whichever service that you normally serve at, or maybe one or two services. But either way, I'm just going to take you through kind of the timeline and tasks that the host role will be responsible for. So, as a host, I would love it if you could be there 15 minutes early. And in this time, if you're the first person there at 8:30, just making sure, I'm sorry, 8:45 now, the service time changed to 8:45. I will have all of the tech up and running, but just kind of making sure that music is playing, that the TVs, the video games are ready to go, those kinds of things. And you're just greeting the kids as they come in, and then just kind of keep your eye out for the leaders that are leading groups during your hour of serving. And you and I can be in touch for that as well. I will always be around unless otherwise specified, but between the elementary side, the academy side, and the early childhood side, I'm very busy, so I'm just kind of floating in and out. So this host role is key on making things flow. If I happen to be helping a new family check in or something like that. So I will be around for any questions to ask. If you and I can be in touch with, hey, is this leader supposed to be gone? And I will prep you and tell you beforehand if I can, if there's supposed to be a leader missing for the Sunday. So either way, you're 15 minutes early, you're kind of chatting with the kids, making sure they're feeling welcomed into the space, saying hi to the parents. And then once the service time starts, so 8:45, 10, 11:15, there will be a countdown for you to push on the computer, and that will be the 5 minutes before you round up the kids using the microphone. So once the clock has started on 5, you can, in the mic say, all right, guys, 5 minutes, countdown started. And then once that countdown is finished, you can go ahead and grab your mic, bring the kids around to the front for the big group time. You can just do a short little welcome. It doesn't have to be much. It can be whatever you want it to be. You could ask them, say it's a holiday. How was your Christmas? Did anyone eat something really crazy that your grandma made? Just something like that. Or it can be something as simple as, hey guys, welcome. I hope you had a great week. A question is usually kind of fun to see if you get any response, like 1 or 2. Allow some time for like 3 or 4 kids to answer if they want to. But then you can just say, all right, we're going to go into our worship song for today, and then after that we will switch right to the video, and that's the bare bones of it. So then after that you can head on back to the computer, unless there is another volunteer there, or sometimes even the kids will ask if they can switch on the camera or on the computer, and I would say that they can, but my only thing is, don't let them play with the microphones. We just had one get broken, so microphones are off limits, but a kid can click through on the computer if they want. Some kids really have a gift for that. So you play through the worship video. You as a host, I'm just a kind of a crazy person, so I love to dance and do the song in the front. If that's not really your thing, that's okay. Just be interacting with the kids, though, trying to get them involved during that worship aspect. We're going to try and dive deeper into that this year. And then you can tell them after the worship song in the mic, like, everyone find a seat, we're going to start our lesson. So then, and in the mix of this, I'm so sorry, before you start the worship song, go ahead to the left side of the room and hit all the light switches off. And you can have another leader or a kid do that as well. But that's just something that you would be in charge of, making sure the lights get off for the video and the worship. So then after all of those things have finished, you can get the lights back on, put the computer back to the Academy. It just says Embrace Academy on it. And then go to the front. It can, again, be something as simple as, wow, wasn't that lesson kind of funny how it taught us this specific thing? Or you could say, what do you guys think of this part of the message? Something like that. Or you can literally go right into group time. And this is where it's kind of still up in the air for how we're going to do this. So still trying to figure out how we're capping all the classes based on the number of kids we have for this Sunday, Kickoff Sunday. So if you could try to, when you tell the kids to come in for group time, have them try and sit with their colored lanyard. So you say, if you have a blue lanyard, sit over here. If you have a green lanyard, sit over there. And then the kids that don't have lanyards yet, tell them they can sit wherever they want. Okay. I think that's the best way to do it. I don't want any kids getting sad they can't sit with their friends or feeling left out. But this is going to be the way we can see what groups have space for the day. So one day board games might have like 3 kids in it. So then if we have 4 new kids come, you can say, hey, do 3 of you guys want to go to board games today? And then I have 1 or 2 weeks to see if, do we need another group for this service time? Or are we going to get by just on attendance fluctuation? That's the only way I've figured out how to do it so far. But after, I'm going to try and take roll of how many kids come between the first week and the second week, and then I'm going to decide if we need to add another group. So yeah, that's the best thing I've got for now on the whole class structure, but it should flow pretty well. The only service time I'm worried about is the 10 o'clock with how many kids we might be looking at for that service. So anyway, just kind of once you let the classes go, so you could say, all right, abstract art, follow teacher Jamie, follow your group leader Jamie to your classroom, which they will know. And then once those kids are all gone, you'll be left with the new kids that do not have a lanyard yet, possibly. And from there, using, your best intuition, and even if you would like to talk with the group leader before classes or before the service time starts, like, hey, would you mind having 2 extra today? Then you in your head can go, okay, I have 5 kids. Where can I kind of separate them based on like 50% of where they want to go and 50% of like that group leader's willingness to take another kid? Because 2 things we don't want. I don't want a kid really upset, and I don't want a group leader really upset. I want to keep some harmony between the 2, and this is what I've come up with so far. If you have any thoughts, let me know. We're just going to try this for these 2 first weekends of the Academy Session 2 and see what happens. But other than that, when there's about 5 minutes left in the service time, you're feeling like, oh, it's probably time to wrap up, you can kind of go to the 3 spaces, which are the video room, the big room where they all are at, and the loft. So if you just want to pop your head in, or if you're a group leader, don't worry about it. They can be responsible for like letting their kids come back to the group area. But once that starts, you as the host will be also responsible for standing by the door, having the mic, and calling out whatever kid's name of the parent that's coming in to pick up. I've also thought of maybe possibly letting the parent into the room and making sure they come back through to, after they've grabbed their kid, making sure that their tags match before they get to leave the room. Because the kids aren't really ever listening, so I'm up for suggestions on that too. Maybe you could try one or the other and let me know which one is more efficient for you and for the parent picking up their kid. So either you can call their name on the mic, match the codes from parent to child, let them go, or you can allow the parent into the room, they grab their child, they come back to you, and then you match the tags. So that's it. And then after that, you just like wait around for the last parent to come, and then the next people will come in for the next service. So I think that's what I have to cover. The host role is so key. Ugh, like you are so important, and your skill set is vital to bringing the child in and feeling welcomed and pumped and excited, as well as strategically guiding the service. But it's also kind of easy and fun, you know. So it's a cool role to be in. If I could be everywhere at once, it would probably be my favorite role. But I will be doing it here and there for sure too. So, and this first week, I'll be around. Like I'm going to try and give most of my attention to the Embrace Academy side this week, because I know it's all new. So I can kind of guide you through it for this week to the best of my ability. But let me know. Email me back. Respond to this email if you have any questions, if you have any other suggestions on how we could do it. So thank you guys so much for being willing to try this. I'm really excited to see how it all turns out. So I will see you soon, and have a good rest of your day.